Okay, let's talk about 6 things you can do to your home to get more money when you sell. I'm talking primarily about upgrades. Some of these are things you can do and enjoy while you live there because you think you may want to sell in 2 or 3 years. And some of these things you might want to do just to get more money for your home. But let's talk about the facts. The facts are, for the 21 most popular renovations people do, they only get 56% of their money back when they sell. Now, most people think, okay, I'm going to spend $5,000 on the bathroom, I'm going to add $10,000 in value. But statistics have shown that's not really the way it works. So we're going to dig into some things you can do. Some you'll get enjoyment out of, but on average they're going to have a much higher ROI than the normal things you might do. Number 1, anything you can do to add square footage. If you're in an area where things are selling at a high dollar per square foot for your area, if you're in Pensacola, those places might be the beach, East Hill, Cordova Park, lots of great subdivisions that are just selling at a great price per square foot right now. If you can do anything at all to add square footage, you're going to see a really good return, as long as you don't overdo it, on the money you spend to do that. The second thing about adding square footage is sometimes that means that you're able to now rent a portion of your property, and that's become really popular. You can see my video about house hacking to learn a little bit more about that, but the basic idea is that more and more people love the idea of having somebody else pay part of their mortgage. So if you can add square footage, that's great. If you can add square footage that can also be rented out, or at least has the option to be rented out, double great. The second thing you can do, and I see a lot of flippers and just people doing major renovations do this one. This is kind of their go-to. The second thing you can do is to open up your floor plan. If you look, you consult with a contractor, somebody who's licensed and knows what they're doing, and it's not going to be a huge project to start opening up some walls, and you can give your boxy floor plan a little bit more flow, give your house a little bit more depth. When somebody opens the front door, you know, they don't see a wall, they look through to the house. You're really going to improve the flow of your house, the first impression it gets, and you know, it's going to be great while you live there, but also buyers tend to look for an open floor plan. So that's the second tip. If you can do it without spending too much money, opening up your floor plan is a great way to go. The third thing is any kind of project that improves curb appeal. Things that improve curb appeal have been proven over and over to give you a great return on your money. That can be as simple as having a landscaper come in and really do a great job on your yard, add some shrubs, improve your shrubbery beds. It would also be things like adding a front door or a garage door. Those tend to have great returns on your investment. Exterior painting, exterior siding, really anything you can do to add curb appeal. When you look at the list of projects you can do to your home, they're on the high side of what you're going to get back for the money you put into it. The fourth thing, and this is one I do pretty frequently on a house that I'm going to sell for myself or for a rental property, swap out your fixtures in your bathrooms and in your kitchen. You don't have to do a total renovation. You don't have to change cabinets or countertops or cabinet doors to get a new look. If you go into a kitchen that has old style, you know, out of date knobs and hinges, and you just change those out, and you put a nice new modern looking kitchen faucet on, do the same thing in the bathroom. Be surprised the difference that you'll see. When you walk in, it'll look like a different room, even though you've spent a couple $100 instead of a couple $1,000. That's an easy one that a lot of homeowners can do themselves as well, so you don't have the added markup of hiring somebody to do that. For number 5, let's talk about paint. Paint is relatively cheap. A lot of people can do it themselves. Paint can absolutely change the feel and the look of a space. Whether it's interior or exterior paint, paint is a great budget-friendly option. But unless you have excellent taste or you're just really up on what's popular today, go with something fairly neutral. Strong colors can turn off potential buyers. They can be distracting from the space. When you sell your home, you want to sell the space and not any particular paint color and not your things. You want the space. So keep it pretty neutral unless you really are on the cutting edge of what's popular and you're pretty sure that what you're going to use, if it's a strong color, is going to resonate with potential buyers. Okay. Option 6. This is something that we're running into in the Pensacola area really frequently these days. Number 6 is to replace your roof. So much of our local housing inventory received a new roof after Hurricane Ivan, and that was now, 14, 15 years ago. So those roofs are starting to wear out, and if you've owned your home since that time and you actually put it on, after that big expense, you probably feel like you just put on a roof. But it was a while ago, and roof inspections are starting to show that even though it was only 14, 15 years ago, so many people need a new roof already. So if you know that you need a roof, and it's not a bad idea to get an inspection before you list your house, if you know you need a roof, it's a great idea to go ahead and replace it. In fact, on average, putting on a new roof will return 105% of what you actually spend on the roof. It'll make your negotiations easier. It'll keep you from having buyers cancel because of the inspections. It'll make sure that they're able to get insurance. It'll make sure they're able to get a good rate, and that'll make your house more attractive compared to other houses that might be for sale on the same price range. So be sure and check on your roof, make sure it's in good shape. If not, strongly consider replacing your roof. It does pay off. On number 7 is really just more general tips. The first 6 are things you might do while you live there in preparation of selling in 5 years, or really just things that you want to do and you wanted to make sure that you're going to get a decent return when you sell the house. Number 7 is specific stuff you can do at a very reasonable price. These are general tips before listing your home, if that's what you're doing. And the most important thing you can do when you get ready to list your home is going to be to clean your home really well. Even if you're a neat person, go through and organize the stuff in your closets and your garage to the best of your ability, and even have a professional cleaner come in, because when your house is clean and looks great, looks organized, it's going to help potential buyers fall in love with the house and not be distracted by the stuff, clutter, dirt, whatever it might be. The other thing you can do is to go ahead and fix minor things you know are wrong. Wood rot you've seen, that dishwasher that doesn't work quite right. All of that stuff tends to come up in inspections. You're going to want to disclose it anyway, and if you're going to spend the money, you might as well do it up front and make sure that's not going to be a problem when you come to sell your home. To find some of those small things, a lot of people these days get a pre-sale or pre-listing home inspection. As a seller, you actually have a home inspector come out and take a look at your property. They're going to tell you what it needs, and you go ahead and fix most of the problems or all of the problems, so that you know that once you find a buyer, it's going to be a relatively easy problem, or easy to get through contract and negotiations and actually get to closing, because you've already fixed the things that were wrong with it. I hope those tips help. The first 6 are for you. Enjoy them. The last one is when you get ready to sell. Just go through that general list of things. It'll really make a difference.